the fall. So I'd like to encourage everyone to come. The weather looks pretty close to perfect, so hopefully it'll come out for a great turnout. Before I start, I want to thank a few people. I want to thank Heather for helping so much. I want to thank Karen Buck for helping a ton. And I also want to give a great shout out to my wife, who has been taking over for me when I couldn't do it because my work schedule has been crazy for the last month. So getting that out of the way, I want to just thank everyone for their support to make this event happen. It's coming up on Saturday. So if you are walking around the village that day, you will see this pumpkin on a participating business. So look for that, which will let you know that there is a candy available or some kind of treat. Sometimes they don't use candy, but most of the time it's candy. There are also some people that are going to be near the Harmony House setting up, and also in front of this room on 29 South Avenue. We're going to be setting up in the lawn. We're just coming in from some other place that have wanted to participate as well. Those are good open spaces for people to be in. So what's going on that day? Well, the whole event occurs from 11 a.m. To 2 p.m., so 3 hours. And in that 3 hours, you have a lot you can do. You can do the costume contest here in this room from 11 to noon. The trick-or-treat trail itself goes from 11 to 2, so the businesses are all be ready to go. Even if you don't come to the costume contest, you can still go along Main Street, North and South Avenue. We go as far as Kittleburgers in the north. Some of the business theaters are on South Avenue, and then pretty much to the filling station on East Main and all the way to Orville's on West Main. We're going to do a costume contest for pets this year. I know it's pretty popular for people to bring their pets out, so that is going to be at the intersection of Lapham Park and East Main Street. The street's closed off, so it's a great place to do it. It can't be in anybody's way when there's a car there. So we will do there. And then I want to thank Wolf's down on Barrett Drive for helping with that. There'll be a scavenger hunt at the Webster Museum, which will be open that day. And the fire department is having their open house right next door, which is also a lot of fun for kids as well. So there's a lot to do in 3 hours. So come out and enjoy yourself in the beautiful weather in the fall here in the village.
And stop at the village because that's where the best candy's at.
Well, that's where you are, Jerry, so not surprising. So, yeah.
Thanks for all your help here.
Absolutely. I love doing it. This is, I think, like my 16th year or something like that, so it's getting a long time. But it takes a lot of people to help, and it takes Jake to help with the wagon and make sure it's okay so we can travel all over the village, because that wagon has a really storied history. It goes back, I think, to Heggendorn's giving it to the bid, and the bid kind of giving it to us and the village, and so it in itself is almost an historic structure. Anyway, so but there's a lot going on, so we would encourage you all to come out on Saturday. So thank you.
Thanks again.
Can I add one thing to that, just because we might?
This is a public session.
Please.
Yeah.
Every kid that comes to our costume contest will be receiving 1 scoop of Italian ice that was generously donated to the bid from Brewster's, as well as a popcorn ball and juice box. So we're really excited to see your costumes. That's all.
Thanks, Heather. All right, since we have no one else this evening, we will close the portion of public comment and move into regular business. So, team, I'm going to be looking for a resolution to approve the minutes from October 10th.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All right.
Trustee Belkane?
Aye.
Trustee Lancy?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Ippolito?
Aye.
Motion passes. Oh, I forgot! Hi, Daryl.
Really? Aye.
Oh, Daryl can.
Mayor Byers?
Aye.
Motion passes. Sorry, Daryl.
No problem.
Is there something that we didn't say with the actual camera on that he's participating in using?
It was in the notice.
It is in the notice. I could have read it though.
Sorry.
So our mayor is participating via Zoom.
This is a good test for the system.
It's a good test for the system.
Yeah, working.
It is working.
It's working.
Sorry about that.
All right, no problem. All right, so now we're going to ask for a resolution to approve the claims and warrants. You know, Carl, you already signed them this afternoon. I've kind of browsed and
I do agree.
I'll make that motion, I didn't find anything wrong.
else had any questions?
No nuts or bolts.
Nope.
Doesn't look super big.
No, there wasn't much.
Some Halloween candy, but
I'll second it.
Trustee Lauer,
Aye.
trustee Belkane,
Aye.
trustee Abolito,
aye.
trustee Lancy, Mayor Byers.
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, so we're gonna, looking for a resolution to authorize our village clerk to sign a contract with Spectrum Phone Services. You guys have it in front of you. You have a chance to review. Heather, do you want to talk about this anymore? I mean, you gave us some information on it.
Yes, Karen helped me compile some information in case you guys had any other questions. And I went over the numbers with Daryl just, again. And if you had any questions, please let me know. The one confusing thing I think was that, I'm just gonna pull it up here. It says that there is an upfront cost, but that's actually split up over the whole time of the contract. So the 36 months.
One for 3 years.
Oh,
Yes.
Good. Where does it say that?
So, because
the 288 you're talking about?
there's a Poly Edge E20 36 months, which is for the Ring Central, and then the 36 month. So that it kind of just, if you look at the last column, where it says
Second page,
total,
second page there.
yep, 2 of 5.
On the second, I got blank pages. I don't know what
Here.
you're looking at.
That?
No, I see that, but when I read this thing, I thought the top ones, for $2,000, you're buying 12 phones.
No, so I just wanted to clarify.
Well, why is
We're-
there, there's a whole section of the contract that talks about your ability to sell the phones.
We're leasing them, so it's kind of like a leased to own kind of thing. So if something goes wrong.
It says, look at paragraph 1.
I know, look, I'm gonna explain it, I promise.
It's the terms and conditions for resale of Ring Central equipment. Paragraph 1.
That's,
Spectrum shall sell to customer, and customer shall purchase from Spectrum the phone equipment set forth on an order.
that's Ring Central, so that's different. So let me just explain, if that's okay. That's a little different. Ring Central is what we're using for our fax situation, so that it's gonna go to our emails now. If you look above that, where it says the one-time charges, that is the phone up there. So I think they just call it that, but that 2,052, right at the end, you see where I'm talking? Okay, so that's split up between the entire contract, the 36 months, as well as that 162 that you see.
Where does it say in the contract that that's split up
I'm
by 36 months?
getting, I just wanted to make sure you saw where I am. So then, in the contract, it explains that, but I asked him, hold on. I asked him because it doesn't, I said, that's not really clear in there, so and Daryl has seen this email as well. I asked him to explain it better, so he sent me an email, and in here, it just says, you can either pay it like that up front, or you can do the 36 months. We have opted to do the 36 months.
But from attorney standpoint, you
But
just want to see.
there's nothing in this contract that says you're leasing telephones.
It's right here. So under 6,
What page?
Page, what?
I only have this from him, so it's,
We don't have it.
no, you
don't
do,
have
you
It's
do.
right here.
Yes, number 6.
Yeah.
What page, sorry?
What page?
There's no page number, no page.
Never mind, I see
You got
it, I see it,
Yeah, I'll
yeah.
give it to Don.
Payment terms.
Yeah, you got it.
Customer
Payment term.
Customer shall pay the service charges, including the price for the equipment. Doesn't say the lease for the equipment. And
It's
the amount
36
specified
months.
on the order and other applicable charges. Customer may elect to pay the full amount in one lump sum, or elect to pay it in equal installments. I just don't see where you're leasing the phones.
You can buy them or you can lease them. We chose to lease them, so that's
He's saying it doesn't say that anymore.
Yeah, that's,
Instead, it says, under paragraph 1 of that same thing, what does that say? It says, shall sell the customer, customer shall purchase the equipment.
It does say that. So why don't
I believe
you,
that's the Ring Central equipment, that's not the phones.
yeah, but you still, why
I
isn't
know.
it? So, I know you and Daryl looked at it in your email, but don't we typically get any contracted down to review anyways?
He's already,
No, it is.
So you're already selling down?
It says the phone equipment, which they call Ring Central equipment, but it says the phone equipment sent forth on an order, parentheses, Ring Central equipment. That's just their brand name for phones.
and I also have
If you're buying them, it's a good deal. For one of them, the remote, well, they're not charging you anything for installations.
no, they waived that completely, which I would have
Although it
explained.
only says quantity 1 for installation, it doesn't, how many phones are you getting?
Because that,
8.
11?
we're getting 11 phones, yep. Well, and why we don't want to buy them is if something goes wrong with them,
I
they
understand
replace
that, I
it.
just don't see where it says you're leasing the phone.
That's just the contract we chose. So I think there's, the Ring Central, they kind of use it to explain a couple different things. It's our fax system and, so I can see how this is clear, but this is why I get flustered because I've now sent it multiple times and,
Yeah, because also it says,
Too much stuff.
customer, under warranty, disclaimer of warranty, customer assumes total responsibility for his decision to purchase and use the Ring Central equipment, does so at its own risk. So if you're leasing it and it's their phones, well, shouldn't they take care of replacing them and doing all that stuff?
yeah.
So it seems like they agreed with that in an email or whatever to you and Daryl, but it's not in the
it's not.
contract.
So there's a Ring Central system and then there's the phones.
Right, but still,
Yeah.
show me a thing where it says you're leasing the phones, that's all he's asking.
So where,
Why he didn't do that earlier, I can't answer that question,
But, yeah,
but,
it doesn't say that.
but it doesn't show us
From
leasing
a
it.
boy's perspective, he doesn't have any documentation showing it. Right? There we go.
Since purchase, all the way through this.
the whole thing's written like you're buying the phones. Which is not a big deal, because those are pretty good prices for telephones, I guess, you know? $162 each. Someone's getting a fancy one for $306.
That's others.
But,
I just-
No, it's not really Karen.
But,
Yeah, so nothing, nothing you did wrong, we just
I know,
just
I
gotta-
just,
yeah.
sometimes I wish I would get them beforehand so I could be more prepared and
It's fine. Sometimes you catch it the second time, not a big deal.
so, why don't you, so, who's your salesperson?
Jason Burnett,
Huh? Do you have his card or his contact
it's
information?
Jason Burnett.
I got it, I'll call him right
She's
now.
calling him right now.
No, I'm not sure you wanna do this
Jeez.
right now during
I
the
think, I think he's,
Yeah.
don't do it now.
alright, so we're gonna be,
So-
we
so-
can just,
Take time
I'll,
charge.
I'll call him tomorrow and
Yeah.
confirm whether you're buying the phones or leasing the phones. And if you're leasing the phones, where's all that language and why, maybe they gave you the purchase one instead of the lease one.
so Don, could I ask for a motion based on you receiving the correct verbiage for release? If you don't receive it, then it's a go anyway. Just so, because they don't wanna wait another couple of weeks, understandably.
While you're reading that, can I ask another question?
Sure.
Jake?
I think we confirmed this has nothing to do with any of our frontier lines that do our emergency dialers or, okay.
So all our pump stations, and I know there's one at the sewer plant, but it's basically replacing the all-works system that we have with these new
So
ones.
the dialer for sewer will not be touched, that will remain at Frontier.
Yeah, and our pump station ones as well.
Yes. Just the Spectrum phone that the desk phone will be the one that is switched.
Question?
Yeah, I'm very safety conscious.
Yeah, no problem with it.
You don't have a problem with it?
No. But if you want me to send it to Don, send it.
Don's already seen it.
Yeah, I've already seen it.
He's seen it previous to this, he's just catching this now.
You know, then it's got all this stuff about 911, they probably gotta send that to everybody.
Yes, that's
Notified
basic,
about
yeah, that's
911,
basic.
but- So, let me put it this way. If the board wants to approve it, whether you're leasing or buying the phones, either way, you can do that. Or if you
wanna just
just, if
table
you
it for a minute and I
strictly,
can call him?
no, because what if he says you're buying the phones and you thought you were leasing the
It's
phones?
Judy Garnett's son.
Huh?
It's Judy Garnett's son, he's local. He's-
Yeah, but if, what Don's saying, if he says, no, it is a buy, then we embarrass you on national TV.
Yeah,
We don't want to do
I
that.
don't know. No, I specifically chose not to buy because they're expensive if you have to replace
Say
them.
that there's flexible
So-
purchase.
Yeah, but this isn't part of the
I think
contract.
it might be just a choice to purchase if you want to, but I will find out.
1 year warranty, but here this says you're waiving all the warranties in the actual contract. So, I don't know if this is the contract.
Yeah,
That's all right. That's why we do this, right? We look at it, and that's what we're supposed to do. And no,
So if you're okay with it either buying or leasing the phones, or.
well, that sounds like that we don't want to buy because then we're
Alright, so
responsible.
then so then you can approve it, subject to me confirming that the phones are being leased. And I'll call Mr. Garnett tomorrow and ask him, and then we'll let you all know.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so
And
while,
if they're being leased, why is there this disclaimer of warranty and limitation of liability, and, because it's their equipment?
all right, so I'm gonna ask for a motion for Heather to sign this contract with Spectrum, subject to it being a lease contract. And if Don finds it out tomorrow, Heather can sign tomorrow.
Who would like to call?
Who'd like to call?
Jason,
Call who?
What's it called then?
you can call my phone and I can put it on. And then he can answer any questions that you have that I couldn't answer for you.
That's fine, he could just say, are we leasing, and we're gonna say it needs to be in the contract.
But I have other questions for him. Why do we have to do this tonight at an
So
open
Don
meeting?
has other questions.
Is one day gonna make a difference?
No, Don, I've now sent this out multiple times and I feel bad when I don't have the answers for you, but I guess I just wish I had more time to prepare for questions. That's all.
But that's fine, that's, no,
Yeah.
no,
I'm
This is-
overly prepared and then,
it doesn't matter, this is what we're doing, we're looking at it, we're looking at it
Exactly.
again with a fine tooth comb. You know how many times I look at contracts and it takes me 3 times to find something?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, they snuck in automatic renewal.
Okay.
So there's nothing wrong with it, and we'll have it signed tomorrow,
Yep.
and I firmly believe you're correct, so it's not a question, it's not worthy.
Yeah.
You got it together, I'm glad, thank you, so, anyone wanna make that motion, subject to it being on these,
that's a motion.
you'll make it? Thanks, Darryl,
I'll second it.
I'll take that motion, yes.
I appreciate it.
Mayor Byers,
Aye.
Trustee Lauer,
Aye.
Trustee Belkane,
Aye.
Trustee Abolito,
Aye,
Trustee Lancy.
Aye.
Motion that passes.
thank you. All right, so it looks like we got budget to actual report. I think Jake is speaking of this tonight. That's a no. Did everyone get a chance to look at this?
Just look at it.
of the interest we were expecting.
Well, that's a plus. Does anyone have any questions on anything? General or sewer? Good news is, we're in good shape. I don't see any red.
No red.
Hope no one has any questions on that.
Okay with it.
I'd like to move over to, our attorney.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Code enforcement time.
All right, so this past month, we've taken 22 applications. We issued 8 C of Os, 2 CFCs. We had 3 applicants to the zoning board, one of which was Sweet Square Bakery that has been approved and hopefully will open soon. And still working with Don and Jake to get the village code book changes that we want worked on.
Anyone have any questions? Chris, Owen?
Second.
Doesn't look like he was busy.
Doesn't?
No, I'm kidding.
You saw my desk.
Yeah. Right?
Covered on there.
Alright,
And how far along are they with their, Seasons Trail? How far along? What phase are they in?
Yeah.
hold on, Daryl.
How about the sidewalk at,
No, I'm sorry.
No, I'm,
It's here.
I see a lot of,
It's on this one.
yeah, so the one down off the end of Kittleberger Park there. I think is how much. Yeah, did they get 3 bullets for all?
Yeah, they had a temporary seasonal problem, so we just issued the final. I believe that's what that was.
So they're.
Final was just issued, didn't you hear that?
yeah,
All the buildings are built.
but
As far as that, so we're-
Thank you.
is that this month?
Anyone else have any questions? Huh? 11 East Main?
Lakeside Property of New York? What is it? What's 11 East Main Street, Lakeside Property?
That was the Emerald Building?
Yeah,
Okay,
nest eggs, little nest eggs.
okay,
There's historic preservation in there, looked at it also.
okay.
Yeah,
That's a cool.
that was the signage, we talked with signage and lighting and all that other stuff too.
Alright. Thank you for that.
Good.
Appreciate it. Heather?
I think I already said what I asked about trick or treat track.
That's it? You got anything on your window in your office?
Yes, I have a visitor on my office window. That scared the crap out of me.
Alright, what
You getting
was
a
that?
hot tub?
Huh?
You gotta tell us what it was.
She has, someone put a face of Andrew Cuomo on her window. Peeking. Alright, audience, I know it's funny, but we gotta keep the laughter down.
Jerry's cousin.
Oh, not mine. Mr. Swingley,
Yes, sir.
I can almost say one of your things.
You wanna take
Yes,
probably the first one I have on the list.
It is time for, leaf pickup. Don't put them in the gutters. Let's keep them away from the gutters, cause it will clog up your drains. I think he's another line he says in there that I forgot. You can finish.
No, I think that was good. So I'll just say what he said.
Tree branches, first.
Oh yeah, don't put any tree branches in it, plastic, toys, anything else, just leaves.
Yes, and keep them separate, your branches, we pick up branches the first full week of every month, which I'd have to look, it's on the website. We,
Got my leaves today, I think.
yeah, and our goal is to go through the village, oh, you got it from here. So it should be the week of the 4th, so have them out, your branches out on the 3rd, but our goal is to go through the village once a week to pick up leaves. In the height of leaf season, and sometimes it's difficult, we stretch it out to a week and a half, but that's what we always try to do, and then we'll go right up until we either get them all picked up or the snow flies.
And then if it snows and then we have weeks without, you'll go back out, is that how it works? Or do you
No,
stop at some point?
Because we switch all the equipment over, put salters in the truck, so we have started about 5 years ago, we started doing a spring cleanup, that's pretty popular. But once we get plowable, measurable, snow, typically it's over at that point.
Okay.
But we've had it where it snowed and then, a little bit and we go back out a few days later, but I guess it depends on what the forecast is and how we're doing, so. I was at NICOM earlier this week, thank you for letting me go, it was really good training, a lot of good classes and good information there. One bad thing, they've asked me to be on the advisory committee for next year. So there's just, with your permission, there's one meeting in the springtime. They have a face-to-face meeting to go over the planning, and then the rest of it's all done by email. So I'll just have to request a travel day. I think it's just out and back, but I'll see, because I haven't done it before, so. But it was, like I said, a lot of good information there. They really do a good job getting the trainers, different people.
Sounds it.
And, the sewer project's progressing, pretty well with any, it's a 90 years of upgrades, at our plant. So there's changes, there's pipes. They found some today that there, some pipes when there's conduit, electrical conduit, not where they expected it to be, so there's what they plan and what they discovered. But it's moving along, they've got a really good crew, really happy with the GC, the way that, he works with things and gets things done. So all 4 contractors, or the main contracts, everybody's working and playing well together, and it really looks like it's a good group, so that's progressing. They've got the box in for the new trickling filters, or almost in, foundation for the building going. They've got the digester rehab on the large ones about done, so they're trying to get that button back up. But there's some piping that's gonna go in there before, and they were waiting for some piping in for some information on where the supports are for it. But all in all, it's going really good. We have bi-weekly progress meetings down at the plant too. I think that's going good. And I believe that's it.
Well, thank you. Do have a public notification, the serial bond interest and principal payments for bond obtained in 2012 will be made in the amount of $57,175 on or about November 12th, 2024. Does anyone, board, have anything else they'd like to share?
Just, the resolution on the Spectrum thing, was it to authorize the village clerk to sign all this stuff?
Correct.
Okay.
Daryl? Yeah,
I have nothing.
I do like your shirt though.
Oh, thank you.
All right, well, if we have no other business, I'll ask for a motion. Oh, yeah, we do have a special meeting, that's a good one, you know, every once in a while they come, oh, good, thank you. There will be a special meeting on November 4th, and that will be at 6 PM here for the follow-up presentation.
It's also a public hearing for public comment on the Brownfield.
Yes, so please come with your comments. Thanks, Don. All right, I'll ask for a motion to close the meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good meeting, Chris.
You as well, Daryl. Glad you could join us from, it looks like you're in a bathtub or something.
Things are good and bad.
And don't forget to get out and vote.
So, at the last zoning board meeting, they didn't come up